It can be hard to know what to cook when you've got a bunch of half-used ingredients in the fridge. Today I'm going to show you a satisfying recipe that is versatile enough to use up almost any leftover you might have. Jook is also commonly known as congee. It's a rice porridge that I've been eating for as long as I can remember. I love it because it's warm, easy to eat, and just plain comfort food. And since my sister has been a bit under the weather, I thought it was a perfect time for a big batch of jook. I'm going to be using green onion, ginger, and roast duck as the mix-ins for my jook, but you can use whatever you want to. There are a ton of different variations I've seen, from pork and century egg, which is one of my favorites, to fish and cabbage. When I cut my ginger to put in the jook, I like to make threads. To do that, I first slice it thin and then shingle those slices on my cutting board and run my knife through it again to get the threads. I like the green onions to be less sharp and noticeable, so I'm cutting it really small here. Jook is a great vehicle to turn whatever you have in your fridge into something warm and satisfying. I feel like everyone talks about fried rice as a great way to use up leftovers, but jook is the unsung hero of clearing out the fridge. Today I'm using some roast duck because we wanted to splurge a little for my sister, but I would normally use something like the leftover soborodon topping from my last video. The ratio I like to use for jook is 1:4. For every 100 grams of rice, I use 400 milliliters of water, or in this case, I'm doing 500 grams of rice and 2 liters of water. These measurements are for cooked rice. If you're planning on using uncooked rice, you need more water. Once the water is boiling, you can dump your rice in and mix it up a bit. Then I alternate 2 minutes of boiling and 1 minute of whisking until I reach my desired consistency. The more you whisk the jook, the less distinct each grain of rice will be. I like mine to be less homogeneous, so I'm only repeating this step about 4 times, but you do you. This is what mine looks like after it's done. Once the jook is the right consistency for you, you can add your mix-ins and heat them up. It should only take a minute or so of stirring before it's ready to serve. I tend to make a large batch of jook to eat over a couple days, so I hold off on seasoning until I prepare a bowl for myself the next day. Before I show you all the final product, here are the nutrition facts for one serving. I find that jook is a really good way to stretch your rice supply, because when you mix it into the soup, it gets less calorically dense. I like to add about a teaspoon of soy sauce for a portion of jook. And that's my jook recipe. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you try it out. I'm thinking of making a more vlog style video, like a what I eat in the week, so let me know if that sounds interesting. Regardless, I'm going to try to make a video every week, so look out for that.